Well, hello guys, me Steve on Steve's Fishing Channel. Today I'm going to do a little video on how maggots are dyed, as in different colours, such as these little buggers here. Different coloured maggots. We've got here in a moment a couple of types of, well, like a reddish pink, white, yellow, and possibly like a goldish colour. Some people say that's a gold, but some people would call it yellow. Now I'm going to put the lid on these because I don't really want them escaping. If I can remember what I've done with the lid. Sorry about that, my camera just slid down. Hold on a minute. Right, so for those who don't know what maggots are, they are larvae from flies and other insects, mostly flies and stuff. What happens is that when the fly actually lands on some rotten meat or kind of old rotting vegetation, food, whatever, they lay eggs, and then later on those eggs actually hatch out into very small little larvae called maggots, and while they're actually feeding on that kind of like wasted food, rotten meat, they tend to get bigger like so, and later in life they tend to want to turn itself to like a little chrysalis. That's one of the early stages, and as it's getting older it goes into a darker one. Then after a darker one it gets a little bit darker, and then within a few days they will tend to hatch into little flies, and then the process starts all over again. The flies will lay eggs, the eggs will hatch into like little larvae, maggots, and then the maggots will actually grow into chrysalis, casters, whatever you want to call them, and then they will actually eventually hatch out into more flies. Some flies, or some maggots don't tend to make it, they kind of like shrivel up and die. What I've just been doing, I've just been going through that box because there was a YouTube channel I've been watching where they say your maggots start smelling, which these ones do a little bit. It's because of the sawdust, and not only the sawdust, maggots do actually poop, and this is what I've just got out of that box. All of this kind of poop and sawdust and stuff like that. It's all animals poop. So this will be put in a plastic bag and binned in a little while. So what I've done is I've actually kind of like dug out quite a few white maggots, because what I want to do is try and dye some a different colour. Like I did do a couple of videos in the past on how to dye maggots. Now what happens is that the maggots will kind of like change the colour on your outer skin, but only barely. So I thought we'd doing it a different way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on this one, if I can find the right lid for it. I know I had the lid somewhere. This isn't the right lid. I need to find the lid first, guys. Give me a second or two. So I don't know what happened to that lid. Yeah. So I've got the lid for this one, and I've got the lid for the small one. Which is here. That's the bait box I'm going to be using to make the dye. But I do have another box somewhere, but it seemed to have disappeared. Which is really strange. It's not in the fridge. Well, it is rather bloody strange. Because that box is better, because it's got a better... Oh, here it is. This is the box lid I was looking for. So these ones are going to go back in the fridge. Although my fridge isn't working properly. I'm actually getting a new fridge freezer, hopefully next week. Don't know why the bloody lid don't shut there. There we go. The problem with the fridge, it keeps shutting on and off all the time. I don't know why. So my mum's sending me some money to get a new fridge freezer. Right, so let me just get rid of this poop. Oh, actually, someone, the guy who I was watching earlier about maggots here, he said like clean them out, which I've done, and then put some flour, like maize flour or something, which I think I've got, but not opened. So what I'm going to do is put some cornmeal into that. So let me just quickly do that. You don't need a lot. It just helps to stop the smell of the maggots. So just so that's all I'm putting in, cornmeal wise, like so. Cross the little balls up. Might put a little bit more in. Don't want a lot. And that'll help to stop the smell with your maggots. Right. So my idea of dyeing them is a bit of a simple way actually. I actually want green maggots. So what I'm going to do is I need a pair of gloves because it's going to be a little bit messy, and I would advise other people to wear gloves. And I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest with you. It's just another trial and error kind of thing. So I've got some stale bread in my cupboard, which I'll take out of me fishing, and I've still got some bread here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bait box, not this one because I've just cleaned this one out. Got kind of some of that stuff. Let me just clean this off a little bit more. And by the way, people are concerned about do maggots bite? No, they don't bite. Maggots live on dead flesh and rotten food. They do not live on human flesh. Maggots were actually used during World War One, and I think part of World War Two, to eat away the rotten flesh from injured soldiers, especially when they had that trench foot and gangrene. That's what maggots were used for, to eat away the gangrene. So anyway, what I need is a clean one of these. I don't want to lose this if I can because it's got herbs on, and I'm going to try and keep these bits of herbs for some bake making at some stage. Right, so I've got green, and I've got some green here as well, but this green looks kind of old and I don't know if it's going to work, but the this one will definitely work, but I'm going to mix them both. So what you want is one piece of bread, that's all you need. This is how I'm going to do it anyway, and I won't know if it's going to work for at least maybe 2 days, until the maggots start eating into the food. Bloody, I only bought these 2 days ago, and look, fungus. I've done a sandwich tonight, can't eat that now. Could use it as bait, but that's going to go way back before I go out fishing again. Right, so what I'm going to do is just pull the crust bit off, like so. And I'm going to wet that slightly, just a little bit of water to make it wet so I can actually squeeze into it to make it back into like a doughish colour, kind of a doughish texture. Then I'm going to add some of this green, maybe 1/4 cup, and then maybe just a little bit, I don't know if you see that, maybe 1/4 spoon of dry. I'm just going to kind of like crush that in, knead it in, so I can try to get into like a real green kind of dough. That's why you need gloves, because this liquid one does really stain your fingers. I mean really stain. Now, I don't know if this will actually make the maggots smell, so you just have to, you can leave them outside, put them in a dry place. You don't want to put them in the fridge. So it's getting there, but not totally yet. I've actually got some red, so I might do some, no actually I'll just do green. See how the green goes. If the green works, then I'll be able to make some other colours later. Just keep kneading that in. Now you've got kind of hard bits there, which you can pull out. That's the bit where the bread's kind of got hard and stale. You really want like a nice, fresh, soft bit of bread, I suppose. Try not to get the maggots on the floor, because they will go into like little hiding places and turn into like chrysalis cocoons, and then eventually hatch into flies. I think that's good enough, I think. And then what I'm going to do is just like, you know, pull it apart a little bit. Don't really need to. You can see that, you know, the bread is still kind of hard. You could just, like, you know, mix it in. This is not going to go all the way through, not unless you like blend it. I don't really want to be digging out my blender. Pull out, you know, the harder bits. You know, I'm pretty sure the maggots will eat through it, but I want to make sure it's more kind of softer. I don't really want the maggots having too much job, too much work, too much job, you know, work. I can't even think what I'm saying now. But anyway, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put. So that's like one of the very small ones. Don't even see that. That's how they come out, very small. Right, so there is some kind of like some of that powdery, poopy stuff I want to try to keep out. Try to keep as much of it as I can. Because last time I did my video, which I will list on the comments later, that the just like putting liquid dye didn't really work. Just like covered their skin for a little bit and that was it. Didn't really get like a proper dye to it. Just let them wiggle off. So that way it won't put so much of that brown poopy stuff on. And if it does, what you've got to do is give it a little bit of shake. And there we go. You could, if you wanted to, just put a little bit of liquid dye in as well. You know, just get it started off with. I'll put that in the wrong container. So that a bit of balls up. You don't want to put too much in. Just put like a little drizzle in. About a quarter cup. And then add a little bit more of this. So a quarter teaspoon for that one as well. And then get your box. And it won't hurt the maggots, just give it a bit of a shake. And it helps to start them turning a little bit green on the outside. But leave that, keep it covered, put it in the fridge or on the sideboard or outside somewhere. Not where the weather's going to make it cold and wet and damp. If the rain gets into it, you screwed it all up. And just kind of leave it for a couple of days and come back. I'll check it tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon and see what the results is, and do a video tomorrow. But the best way to actually make coloured dye, maggots, is to get some rotten flesh, meat, get a piece of chicken, piece of meat, cover it with like dye. You know what I mean? Bloody maggots escape sometimes. Cover it with dye. Work it into the meat. Let the meat start going bad, making it smell. Then all the flies will come over to the attraction of the smell, and then they'll actually start feeding off it and laying eggs. And once the eggs hatch, the larvae will start eating into the dyed meat, and that's how you get your dyed maggots. So I hope that was kind of informational to you guys. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. As I say, this is just a test, trial and error again. I can't say it's going to work, but we'll check it tomorrow and see how it goes. I'm not even saying that they are going to be eating. If they eat it, they eat it. If they don't, they don't. But make sure your lid is shut tight, because once you put that dye in there, especially when you wet that dye, and maggots can climb up, and you've got an opening, they're going to climb for that opening and escape. So I'll put them in a cupboard for now, and that's it. Now tomorrow I won't be going out anywhere, because I think it's going to be raining all day tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is an attempt at making a 2-colour combined boilie. It could be green and red, red and orange, whatever, I don't know yet. So keep an eye on that, because that'll be uploaded tomorrow if I decide to do one. Always wash your hands after you've been mucking around with maggots, because they are kind of like unhygienic. Any kind of tools you might use, wash them off thoroughly with soapy water, bleach. And try not to make a mess like I do. I'm always making a mess in my own kitchen. But I am trying to keep it a bit more cleaner. Now I tend to wash all my stuff up now. When I used to tend to just not bother, but I am actually washing it up. I need to get a new draining board. I'm going to ask the landlord to replace it, because it is rusting up, and I can't find a way of actually getting that rust off from the board itself. So I would have probably done like a video on some more boilies, but I can't be able to do that tonight. It's not that I ain't got any ingredients, because I've got to do some other things today. So have you got any hints and tips on how to dye maggots? Please let me know in the comments below. So I will be interested to find out. I know you can make maggot farms on how to produce your own maggots, but I can't really do that here because the neighbours will complain about the smell, and you do need rotten meat for the flies to be attracted to lay the eggs, for the eggs to actually hatch out into larvae maggots. So yeah, that's it actually. I do have a bit of chicken left over from yesterday which I'm not going to eat. I might stick that out on the balcony in one of these containers and see if I can produce some flies that way, but I don't know. As I say, you know, meat will start smelling, and if the neighbours start smelling that smell, I'm pretty sure they might complain. So I think it would be best if I just chuck that bit of food away later on. Now in here I've got a little ingredient that nobody knows about, and I'm hoping to do some boilies with this, and it isn't just plain water. I'm not going to tell you what the ingredient says, but I will hope to use it on my next batch of boilies, what may be tomorrow, as I say. I've got these through the post today. I ordered these online. They actually come from China, and they like a hook bait, and they do different types. I've got another 2 different ones coming through. Now there is a smell to it, but I can't think what the smell is. Now these are like jelly. They're actually like jelly beads. You know, even when you kind of squeeze it like so, it goes back into a ball like so. So you can see there, you know, squeeze it, it goes back into a ball. It is supposed to be actual food, jelly, like jelly kind of food for fish. So I'm going to be trying that out next time I go fishing. This I need to wash out. So yeah, that's it for now. I've enjoyed the video. If you try it, let me know what results you get out of it. I have actually seen other people do videos similar to my ones. I think I had 14k on one of my maggot colouring, and I saw some with like 250k or something, yeah. So I think there are people interested in like making their own coloured maggots. So if you do try it, let me know how you get on with it. And if you have any other ways of like making maggots a different colour, an easier way, or even a complete different way actually. Just washing this out. Let us know in the comments, because I'd be interested in finding out, you know, there are other ways of making your maggots a different colour. Some people just say, oh, you just stick them in food colouring powder. I've tried that, it didn't work. I put food colouring wet. It kind of coloured the outside for temporary, but as soon as you put it in water, the maggot, the colouring came off. And then with the liquid food dye, it coloured the outside for a little while, and then when you put the maggot in water, it comes off again. So I think the better way of doing it is by putting dye onto food or rotten meat, and then letting a fly come along and lay eggs, and let them eggs like hatch into larvae, and let larvae eat through the dyed meat. I think that's how, you know, big maggot farms do them. I'm pretty sure of it. I've actually watched a few videos online today on YouTube on maggot farming, which I'm not going to be doing, but on how to dye maggots, how they produce dyed maggots, and it is more, you know, dyeing dead meat. So but but there's got to be other ways of doing it. I'm pretty sure there is. So that's it for now. Cheers for watching. Catch you later.